Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 64 of Building the Back to the Future DeLorean, the iconic 80s time machine. It really is iconic, isn't it? This issue, we are going to be continuing with last week's hood, putting the inner frame on, putting a light in it. It's got a light in the hood. It's quite cool. I suppose my boots have got lights, and this is basically the boot. It's just at the front of the trunk, if you're being American, but it's at the front rather than the back. So it makes sense to have a light in it, because when you're putting your luggage in or whatever, you need to see what you're doing. So we're doing that, and then we're fitting it to the chassis that we started doing a few times back. So yeah, putting in the catch, the light bulb, the inner frame going onto that, and then that being attached to there. So in a moment we'll do that, but first we're going to look at the rest of the magazine. Reigning Supreme. Final scenes for Back to the Future Part 2 involve some old school special effects done at Stage 12 Universal. Yeah, they made it rain. Yeah, that was the bit with the the lightning car and the trailing banners. I remember the flag things trailing behind it. So yeah, Joe Flaherty, comic actor, a small but vital role in Back to the Future Part 2. Again, can't say I remember him, but it's good that they're bringing out I say last time was Elijah Wood, wasn't it? But the smaller characters, obviously they've got to, because they're 64, 65 issues in. So yeah. Next time, we've got the door locks and cables. There's lights inside the door, as well as the door switch, obviously, to know when the door's open and things. So that's what we're going to be doing, starting next time. And looking at publicity for the opening of Back to the Future 2. Right, let's clear the bench. Let's get the inner frame installed. Okay, so we've got the plastic inner frame, but that's fine. It's going on to the really nice metal part from last time. So first of all, we are installing, move things out of the way a little bit. We've only got AM screws, which is nice. I like only having one type of screw to worry about. The catch is being installed onto there. No screws involved on this, just the little holes going over the little plug, with that going downwards through it, just like so. This is obviously the inside bit. Nice little catch there, that does the job. Then we have the transparent piece is going on there. That will only go in one way round because we need the bulb to come out, obviously, the other side. Talking of the bulb, that is the next thing to do. We've got a small rectangular bulb that's going to go into there. Now, it just got it going around that screw hole, so I need to bend it a bit, get that out of the way of the screw hole that we will be using. There, we've got this little engraved track for it to go into, but to make sure it stays in there, we've got a couple of plastic adhesive tape. So let's get that in there, get that along there. Stick the first one about there, and the second one goes just on this corner piece here. That running down, get it around the corner, and just about there we can put another bit of tape. That will do it. That is that. Let me turn the page. So yes, next we are fitting it to here. Let's move the batteries out of the way, the screws out of the way. So this is going on there, obviously that way round. Get that out of the way. Just a bit like that. Does the job. Not fully down, but it will be in a moment. Let's get the hinges out of the way. How is that going to fit on there? A little bit further up than I thought. Right, so that's got to go around the outside of that, like that, and then that will go down around there, and that will do the same on that side. Hopefully, there you go. So then we need to put in, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 AM screws to hold that in place. And I'm going to need another 4. Leave 1 in there and see if that's going to be right. I think I might have 1 too many, but let's have a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for attaching the heat to the chassis. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was correct. 1 too many. They give us 2 spares because it's quite a lot. So they give you a couple of spares this time around. Put that over there. Right, I shall get these done. I won't film doing all of these because that's just going to add an extra 5 minutes to your view time, which you don't need to watch. You'll just fast forward through it anyway, won't you? So I shall get all of these 7 screws in here. I'm going to put them in, sort of working my way around rather than starting on one corner and going around. So I've done one in the middle to make sure it holds in place. Then I'll do this corner. Then I'll do the opposite corner. Up there. Then I'll get all of these done. And then 4 more screws to hold this onto the chassis. I'll get that started and show you how it finishes. See you in a moment. All right, so the bonnet fits to the chassis from the inside, as you'd imagine it would. I'm just tightening up the last couple of screws to hold that in place. Lastly, that one and the last one. I've got them all in obviously first before tightening any of them up. Make sure it all lines up as it should. Seems to be okay. I haven't turned it over yet to have a look from the other side, but that's that. These are obviously going to attach somewhere into the body itself, but for now they don't. So the catch will probably catch against something on there. The wire obviously coming out ready to illuminate it. That is that, and from the other side it looks a little bit like that. I didn't like it when it was black. It made me confused. I got confused with the building of the kit. But yeah, this is obviously the Delorean. Now it's getting a bit colourful. So yeah, in there we have that. So yeah, I'm not sure about this bit of the front that's got some sort of, I don't know, maybe that's to hold it open. Although it won't until there's a little bit of pressure on these probably. But that closes down, looks good. It's starting to look a little bit more DeLorean-like. Now, I do have one of these side panels, but I'm not obviously not been told to attach it yet, so I won't. But I feel like I need to. But at the end of the month, we'll see what it looks like with that on there as well. So that is another issue done, another week done. Thank you very much for joining me. Stick around for the next part, and I shall see you very soon for that. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.